What up, fight fans? This is Squared Circle Productions coming with my new rant. This one is on the PBC premiere on Fox Network. This first part is going to be on the Dominic, Breazeale, Amir Mansour fight. Okay, jumping right into it. Man, great fight. Didn't like the outcome. You know, it was sort of like what they say, anticlimactic. You know, had the makings of an amazing hustle, amazing grit, iron will, determination of the overmatched physically, height-wise, overmatched Amir Mansour against Dominic, Breazeale. And, I mean, it was a comparable to a David versus Goliath or something, you know. Just this regular guy about to do one of the most amazing things, and seeing a smaller guy put one on a bigger guy, much bigger. And it had all the makings of one of those type of endings, man. Storybook endings. It ended up being one of those head scratchers at the end where dude threw in the towel and said, I can't go no more. But man, I really, truly have even more respect for Amir Mansour. I've been liking this guy for a minute. He's got a lot of heart, and he's got a lot of strength and determination, and he's an OG too. You know, the fact that you're 43 years old, I like that too. But, I mean, it just goes to what I've said before, and I'll say it again. There needs to be a super heavyweight division in professional boxing. It's just time. The contenders are just getting too big, too strong. It's creating these mismatches, you know. I mean, what's it going to take? Where if you're a throwback heavyweight, 6'1", 6'2", and you're giving up a 5, 6, 7 inch height advantage. I mean, you're at a 5, 6, 7 inch height disadvantage. You know, you got Tayshawn Dawn, who's still a prospect, who's still a work in progress, who is 7 feet tall, 280 pounds. Okay? Gerald Washington, who Amir Mansour, in opinion of many people, beat. 6'6", 270. Dominic Breazeale, 6'7", 245, 250, somewhere up in here. Luis Ortiz is what he's like, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Big guy. You know. Deontay, he's the lightest of the bunch, but he's a long, gangly, 6'7", look like his reach is that of a 7-footer's. You know, Tyson Fury, 6'9", moves good on his feet, moves, you know, can get on his ball's feet, and knows how to use that jab, ain't awkward looking per se. You know, like not uncoordinated, got a little rhythm for someone of the persuasion, as we say in the hood. But it's just, I just don't see a guy. I don't see a heavyweight champion under 6'2" from here on out. Even old boy that won the IBF belt, Chris Martin. You know, shout outs to you. I gotta include you in this conversation. 6'5". You know, I mean, what's gonna happen, man? I mean, and Amir Mansour, man, he fought a valiant fight, brilliant, just a heart and grit and determination, man, but just overmatched. He ended up after having a great round, having to throw in the towel. Broke his jaw. You know. And the funny thing about it is that all of the heat that was getting the oohs and the ahs came from Mansour. I mean, that knockdown, oh, man, thing of beauty, man. I mean, right on the button. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a right hook, just. And for a southpaw, he didn't even hit him with his most powerful hand. That's the thing. That right hook, man, dropped him. So, to be honest with you, man, when I was watching the fight, it was reminiscent of a Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns. You know, just guys wasn't as polished. Now, to be honest with you, here's the thing, though. Much as like Mansour, you know, this might be a wake-up call to him. Like I said, I don't know if he should continue to fight at heavyweight. At least until, you know, they decide to make a super heavyweight division. Because I really don't want to see the guy get hurt. You know. Because, I mean, although it would be entertaining to see him go up against the Deontay Wilder, to be honest with you, he gassed himself out against Breazeale. And Breazeale's really not in the type of shape that condition that a Deontay Wilder would be in. Hell, even a Shannon Briggs for that matter. It's just a situation of, if he goes up against better fighters, he may get laid out. But you can get that off on a Gerald Washington. Not taking nothing away from Mansour, because I really like that guy. But does he do that against Brian Jennings, maybe? Does he do that against Tyson Fury? Does he do that against Klitschko? Does he do that against Deontay? That's the big question. I mean, at the end of the day, Washington, Breazeale, these guys are football players who've transitioned to boxing. And even though football players are in excellent condition, they ain't in the same kind of condition that a boxer would be in. It's just not. It's just two different things. It's two different animals. And, you know, so in a sense, Mansour should be able to do that to those guys. But what happens when they get their conditioning down? What happens if he goes up against a Luis Ortiz? 350 plus amateur bouts. You know, so things to think about. But man, I'm gonna have to go back and do my research on how much Mansour weighs, but I think he should try to get down to like cruiserweight, whatever the cruiserweight limit is. You know, because he looked like he was in great shape against Breazeale tonight. And it really wouldn't be too bad for him to, maybe go on and fight at not welter, but cruiserweight. Because I honestly, only way I'd see him losing to another cruiserweight is if he, on points. I don't see no cruiserweight knocking him out. It would have to be somebody that would be somewhat of an anomaly. A cruiserweight with the skill set of a lightweight, with the hand speed and quickness and elusiveness of a lightweight or a welterweight. Okay. So I think he would fare well against cruisers. And just fight at that. See if you can pick up a belt or two. Get you some paydays. Make some investments. Retire with a little bit of something in your pocket. Maybe become a trainer. I don't know. Get some kind of promotion going. Or whatever it is you want to do. Either that or ride the storm out till they do come to their senses and make a super heavyweight division, and then you can go back to heavyweight. But, man, it's just, he's overmatched. Overmatched. All the heart, everything. But it's just like, again, you'll never see, I'm going to go on and say it, you'll never see another heavyweight champion in a major WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO. You're not going to see a heavyweight champion under 6'3". It's not going to happen. To be honest with you, I'd say 6'4" is the cutoff. But hell, 3 is right there. But the degree of separation between 6'4" and 6'2" is just, it's too great now at this time. Unless, like I said, you're 260, 270 and a 6'2", or 6'3" and 250 plus. But you 220 to 230, nah. Unless you got some ridiculously disproportionate wingspan, to where you got the wingspan of a guy 6'8", 6'9", but you're 6'2". You got some long arms, man, and then at a lower height, that might actually make it a little interesting. But I mean, these dudes coming up is bigger, more athletic, stronger. Y'all need to get together. And I'd say, since it's going to be at least 2017, May, June, July 2017, before we see another undisputed heavyweight champion, I think that would be the right time, whoever that man is, to unify all the titles. Make him the lineal or inaugural, whatever you want to do, super heavyweight champion, and create that new division. And have him be the title holder of all the belts at the new weight class. And then start all over with your heavyweights. Then guys like Steve Cunningham, Mansour, I don't know if Tarver's still really going to be a factor, but Tarver can come up in the mix. And then some of these cruiserweights can step up and come up to that heavyweight. And you can see some very competitive matches at that weight class, because guys will be more at their natural weight, and leave the super heavyweight to the big boys, the tall boys, the long, lanky, lean, big, powerful. Leave that to them dudes. Because if you go back and look at it, the heavyweights of our era, the heavyweights of the golden era, your Marcianos and your Ezra Charles and your Jersey Joe Walcotts and your Floyd Pattersons, and these guys, man, were what you would call cruiserweights now. You know, so to be honest with you, man, things evolve and things move forward. And that's really just how I see it, man. You need to do something and go on and create a super heavyweight division. Peace out. One love.